welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today I'm going to show you how to get this x-ray skull. Alright, so I didn't completely set the paint on my neck and forehead, so the lights are making it look a little bit patchy. But yes, I wanted to share this x-ray skull with you guys today. I think it just looks cool. It's something a little bit different. It's an idea and concept I had for a while, and I just want to share with you how it plays out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe so you don't want to miss out on anything. Check out my Instagram, that's where I'm posting all my looks, and if you recreate any of my videos, tag me and let me know so I can come and check out your awesome work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. The first thing I want to say when doing these makeup looks is be gentle with yourself. Make sure you give yourself enough time to do it, especially if you're doing this for Halloween or for a Halloween party. I ended up wiping this look off because I hated the way it was going the first time. So just know we don't always get it perfect on the first try ourselves when we're creating these. So what I'm doing is working with a combination of cream products and shadows. So this is a NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Black Bean. As you can see, I already had it smudged all over my eyelids. It's still, the residue is still there, but we're just going to be adding more, so it doesn't really matter. But right now I am just outlining the socket area of my eye, and then I'm going to fill it in. You can kind of be creative with this shape if you want. I kind of followed the natural curvature of my eye socket, but you can really create a certain look with this shape and exaggerate other parts if you want. Whatever feels and looks right to you. To fill in, I'm just kind of swiping around and blending with the brush because we're going to be packing shadow on top of this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And when you're working with these NYX Jumbo pencils, it can be a pain in the butt to really smudge it around all over. So this is like the easiest and fastest, least frustrating way I found to apply the product and blend it out. Personally, I love outlining in something that is very light and easy to erase. So using a brown tone lip liner was the perfect thing for me. So I'm just doing a rough sketch, and I always recommend having a reference photo of a skull and follow that. And of course, you can be as creative as you want. It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm just gonna work on filling in the areas with the black cream pencil. And that doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to set it with a black eyeshadow, and you really want to pack this on. So things are definitely going to be messy. There's going to be a lot of fallout. That is why I like working with the black first, just because it's the messiest. So what I like to do to have really clean edges is go around with a makeup wipe to just clean it up and have it look nice and sharp. I always have people ask how long these looks take me. I had about an hour and 15 minutes of footage, so that's about how long the look took. For a cream base, I did use my Mayron Paradise Water Activated Face Palette. There's definitely a learning curve with this. This was my first time using it. I don't know how people get it to look so smooth and opaque. I just wasn't able to get the right consistency, but that's honestly okay because I really liked the idea of how this went. It kind of looks like a sketched out skull, as you saw, and we're putting blue eyeshadow on top of it, so it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth and white, but that is just what I'm using because I wouldn't be able to get my NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk this opaque. So I thought that the face paint would be the best option. Normally when I do these Halloween looks, I try to make it as user-friendly as possible with products that you already have in your collection, but I wasn't able to do that with this look, so I'm sorry about that. All I did was take like this grayish blue shadow and pack that on top of the white for like our x-ray color, and then we're gonna start layering other shades. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect by any means. I kind of like a messy look. And now I'm taking this darker blue. It's like a lighter version of a navy color, and I'm just outlining any black edge with this color. And this is how we're going to start to build our depth and dimension with the skull look. I also did take the cream and put it all down my neck. I didn't set it with shadow though, just because I was gonna literally wash this off in the shower afterwards, but feel free to set your neck for sure if you're wearing this out. This is where we start to get super detailed with the look. It's starting to come alive, it's getting there, but now we're gonna really add some depth and character to the skull. So I'm taking this, it's like a blue-gray eyeshadow color. You could just use gray if you don't have this blue-gray, or you could also use like a true navy blue if you have that. I believe I was pulling shadows from the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Super budget friendly, and it has all kinds of beautiful pigmented shadows in the palette. But I'm just packing this around to add more of like a contour to areas, and then I'm taking a really small detailed brush and just adding in a bunch of detailed work. Honestly, I know I said like this was like an x-ray skull because that's kind of like the color story of it, but I really like how this is turning into like a messy, artsy, like almost sketched out skull look. And it definitely gets there because I didn't set the black on my neck and around to my forehead with eyeshadow like I should have. But as that starts to wear with time, it just kind of adds to that messy, artistic look. And I really like how it turned out. Here, I'm gonna go in with this super, super bright blue, another x-ray color, and just go around the navy color and blend into that a little bit, just so everything looks blended together and it's kind of giving like that x-ray effect. And I also didn't like how the center of my forehead was looking, so I'm just erasing it. This look had so many different trial and errors to it, so again, don't feel bad if you don't get it right on the first time. Art changes throughout the process. So anyway, here I am redoing my forehead really quickly, adding on the blue shadow and reshadowing it into a different shape that I was a lot happier with. The teeth and mouth are a make it or break it area for me, so I just whited out my lips with the NYX pencil and Milk. And now I'm going back into the Paradise palette and I'm going to start outlining the teeth. So they're kind of like U shapes. I would suggest watching a couple different skull tutorials if you're struggling to get the shape of the teeth just right. So they're whitest at the bottom or at the center in the mouth, and then they kind of taper off at the ends. But this, I just really wanted to have big, bold teeth, so I didn't carry it up quite as high to show like the root of the tooth, if that makes sense. Once you're happy with the outline, it's time to fill them in and then add more black for depth and dimension, and this is really, really going to get them to stand out. If you have a white eyeshadow, I recommend setting the teeth, especially if you're using a cream base like I did. Set the teeth with the white eyeshadow, and instead of using cream in between to create the shadow, I just use eyeshadow for it in a small, really small detailed brush. It was like an eyeliner brush. And now with another smaller detailed brush, I'm going to go in with white eyeshadow and just add pops of highlight. It's a finishing touch like this that really pulls the look together and makes it look three-dimensional and helps it come to life. So I'm doing around the inner brow, inner eye socket area, the nose, and around the cheekbones. So what did you guys think of this skull look? I love how artsy and sketchy it turned out in the end. I think it's super cool. It definitely tried my patience, that's for sure. And I forgot to film an outro, so this is going to be the outro. I hope you guys are enjoying the skull series this year on my channel. Be sure to check out the playlist. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the grand finale skull look next week. Let me know what your plans for Halloween are down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone!